Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to part 2 of this video, which started with a haul and has ended up with making some ephemera from some of the pieces I bought. So we've got this little piece here, as you can, if you can remember, that we made, and it's upside down. I'm going to have to get this covered up soon before, otherwise I'll end up decorating it upside down. But first I wanted to make another one from some stamperia paper that I've got here, just so we've got a little collection or a little selection, and we can use one or the other for the spring journal, possibly. So I'll bring that other piece of paper in because it's really pretty, and I think the colours go quite well. This is from the House of Roses kit, paper pad. And it's a tricky one to use for anything because of this big clock in the middle, but I do really love it, and it's got a beautiful background on the other side, or a beautiful pattern on the other side. So I thought this would be a nice one to use, and I've been trying to decide which way around to do it, but I think we can choose which bits of this are on display and which bits are not. So let's give it a go. So I'm just going to bring my scoreboard in, and this is more directional. So I think this is going to be the 6-inch line across here. I'll see how this works out. It may not look as I hope by the time I finish, but you never know. We'll give it a go. I have quite a collection of lovely stamperia papers that I could be using, and I was umming and ahhing which one to choose. But I thought I'd try this one just because it is a tricky one to use for almost anything really. And it might just work out with this. Don't know. Because by doing it in sections you don't get too much of the clock all in one go. So scoring at 4 and scoring at 8 again. Do it one more time, and this one again, just to make sure, without trying. Don't want to go through, but I want to make sure it's properly scored. Okay, pop my little bone folder back in its little hole, and I'm going to do a bit of folding. Bone folder in, and then we can, so this one, which is the front, yeah, so that one folds in that way. Shall I just ink as I go this time? Trying to think ahead as I'm going along, so I'm inking my folds so they can show me where I need to cut. And then this one goes the other way. Oop, where's the fold gone? There it is. I lost it. Okay. Fold that up, and I might just ink it the other side as well, just to make sure. Right, so we have that. Now so that's going to be my front. So there's a room for a bit of decoration up here, but otherwise it looks really pretty there. I'm happy with that. And also this looks really pretty too, so we will see I haven't decided which bits I'm going to fold, which bits I'm going to cut out, but I know that I need to cut these 2 lines. Oh, and I've inked that on the wrong side, haven't I? I can't see me fold now. Right. So I know I need to cut just inside the fold line. Right, so I've just cut that little groove, I suppose you could call it, out of there. So now we have the 3 pieces, and there's options as to how we use them. Maybe I'll do something a bit different this time. I don't know. So I could fold that in there. So I could fold that in. I'm not sure I want this piece upside down though, so maybe I won't do that. I love this, so I don't know. So if I could cut this piece off. And I was going to fold it up, but then I get an upside down London here, so we could cover that. Or let me think. I was just going to do it the same as the other one, but I'm not sure I want to now. I could certainly fold that one. I could cut that. Let me think. I'm thinking. I would cut this one off. Because there is the option of doing this, of course. And having that as the front, which was an option. Cutting that out, making that into... So I could cut this off and then stick it back on again, because then I can put the London the right way up. That's an option. And then this one, I could... Oh, where's the London? No, I don't. Not that one. Cut that one off. I think I could leave that like that. Then I might cut this one off. So I've got this as the back, and I've got this to play with. I want to cut this one off. Too many options, aren't there? Oh, what's going on here? Got a bit of... I could do that. So I could do that. I mean, I could just not cut any of them off. That, and that. That may also work. Then I don't have... I could still have extra pockets because I'll need to cut this piece out the middle. Okay, I'm going to do that, I think. She gives it... I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to cut this piece out of here. I'm just going to trim off this little bit of the fold there because it just gives that little sort of bumpy look. I'm going to have to do the same here. I think I've already got rid of that bit. So now I've got a piece that I can now use as a pocket in the middle there. So we can fold that in half. Like so. And I can cut it. I think I might cut it properly. So I think this one of those things, you might end up doing it differently every time you make these. Right, so I think I'm going to glue this. Now, where do I want my pocket? I think I want it on the side of this one. Make sure this closes. I might just trim this a touch more here just to make sure it's not going to catch once I've added extra pockets. Just a tiny bit. Right, like that. Let me just check. Yes, for some reason this is sticking up a little bit at the top, so I'm going to have to trim that as well. Maybe I'll trim it after I've glued it. Maybe that's the best thing to do. So the next thing is to, where's my punch? There it is. Cut my thumb hole here. It's more or less in the middle. It's close enough. Okay. And then glue this. Ink it first. Okay, and I'm going to ink along there and along here. Not ink, glue. Right, so we have that. And I'm going to do this one the other way. So, I think there's some of the glue from the pad along the edge here. I'm going to have to trim that a touch. Right, so where do I want this pocket to be? I want it to be here, or a surprise when you turn it over. So it'd be here on this edge. Or be on this, would it be on this side? Or it could be at the top. We could do that. We could put something at the top, so we'd have a little something poking out the side here. Now it's all beginning to look get a bit bulky here now. No, it's because I'm doing it the wrong way, aren't I? That's why. Okay, so something coming out the side here and something coming out the top. I think I might do that. I might have something coming out of the top of here. So I just need to decide where my thumb hole needs to be. I think it's going to be here. Okay. Again, this is a little bit tall. For some reason, I don't know, it's just the way, I think it's the way it's when it's scored. You sometimes lose a little bit when you fold it. Don't know why. It doesn't seem to happen to other people, but it often happens to me. Don't want to cut it too short. Okay, so now we need to glue this into place. So So yeah, we're losing some of these lovely roses, but we're gaining some of these lovely roses instead. And I like those. So it's nice to have a bit of everything. And yeah, we're going to go all the way around with this one, aren't we? Flip it up. That goes back like that. Oh, I added glue there, didn't I? That was foolish. I forgot about the divot. Every time there's a bit of something that I'm learning each time I do this. So I'm going to have to ink over that. I should have waited to do that. Well, I don't know when's the right time to do the... Oh, sorry about that. Oh. There's two guys racing each other up the high street. There's really quiet village high street, and there's two motorbikes racing each other up the road. That's just awful. I mean, the speed limit around here is meant to be 20 miles an hour. It didn't sound like 20 miles an hour to me. Alright, so we have that and we have that. And we have these two pieces to be added. So I definitely want to add this in here. And yep, I think that looks good there. And now we need to decide what to do with this little piece and where. So I think I'm going to do what I did with the first one and cut across the corner. Right, so just do that corner to corner. And then we can decide where we want it. So I don't think I want to put it on the front. I could put one here. Could go like that. That might work. Let's see. Let's look at this side. So this I'm going to keep. I'm not going to cover this up because it's beautiful. Time brings roses, I love that. So what we could do is put a piece here, but we'll have to just cover this somehow, decorate it. Maybe that'd be the thing to do. So we've got something going on every page. And this one could either go here. No, I don't like that. I think I do like that. Yep. Okay, so let's put this piece on. I'm going to just ink on this edge first. Alright, so that goes like that now. this up. And we could have a piece here. Oh, it looks almost like it joins on from the other clock, doesn't it? Almost. So I'll either put it like that. Yeah, maybe that would be better. Is that going to be backing onto this one? So these two are on the backing onto each other. Or I could have one here. That doesn't quite work there, does it? No, I think we'll have to put it, we'll put it here. I don't think I like it there. It's because if I want to decorate this or, you know, in any way cover this, it's going to be impeding on this. I think I'll, and it doesn't really quite work to continue the circle like this one does. So I think, yes. Okay, I reasoned myself through why I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Right, so there we have another little folio, and each one is slightly different. So just shows some different ideas of what you can do with a single sheet of paper, which I'm sure many of you have seen a gazillion videos doing this already, but I just wanted to have a go myself. And there's clearly more work to be done on here to finish it off. But I think for now, I'll just leave all these pieces to dry, think about what I'm going to use, and I'll come back. Well, I might do it. I might even do it as part of the spring journal if that's the one I decide to use. But in the meantime, I want to decorate this little one because I feel it needs it. And I've been pulling out a few bits just to see how they turn out that might go with it. So I've got a bit of some lace here that I think would look quite pretty along the side. That way, I think. I'm just going to cut that to make it easier to work with. I've got that, and I wasn't sure. I've got a couple of focal points that I might use. I've got a bird, which would work really well for spring journal, and I have this lovely lady from one of Roxy Creations' kits. I think it's her Italian ladies kit, which of course won't really work in a spring journal, but I quite like her. I love this kit that she's created, and I had this already torn out from another project I'm working on. So I don't know. But I've also had a few other bits and pieces pulled out, which I'd like to use. So I've got some really pretty bits of coordinating fabric and lace. I thought I might try and do a little cluster with a flower. How would that work? That go there. I've even got a bit of coffee-dyed doily to tuck behind it if I felt like it needed it, but I don't know if it does. It probably doesn't, but I'm going to try it anyway. Put that there. I think maybe I need to glue these pieces together, and then I can just pop them on and off. So let's just try this. Go there. Okay, that'll do for that. dish for my wet wipe over to one side. If I don't put it on my dish, it ends up getting onto some paper somewhere and making it go a funny colour. Don't know if you've had that experience. Seems to happen to me a lot if I don't put my wet wipe where it should be. Oops, something's caught. Okay, let's try this on here. Like that. Tuck it in a bit more maybe. Kind of like that. Then if I can tuck him a little bit in behind the doilier fraction. Now you just need something behind him. I've got this new kit by Rachel at Roxy Creations of decorated labels. I wanted one of her, but she's done this in different sizes. So this is the medium size, which is possibly the right size to use. Let me just try this. This one here, it's got a bit of blue on it, but it's also got a very pretty pink rose on it. But could do that. Oh, I do like that. Yeah, I think that might be going to work. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Okay. So this is one of my little flowers from the pack I got from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. So I thought it'd be nice to use something from the things that I bought. And put a bit of glue down there for the lace. Though I'm now wondering if the white lace is the right thing, but I think I'm going to stick with it because the white is in the background of the paper. Maybe no. I was umming and ahhing whether to use a different colour doily, like more whitish doily, but I don't think that will really make any difference. Because I have the creamier colours in there as well, the sort of coffee dye colours in other things, so it's all good. Just mix the whites and the creams, it doesn't really matter. If I pull that up through the top, then it's easier to trim. Okay, got that there. Now, do it on that corner. So I'm going to glue my little bit of doily behind the cluster. To where I want it. Put it over a tad, don't want too much of the doily showing. Like that, I think. And then we put the flower about here. In the corner, and I just put I don't know whether I was thinking of doing a little bit of colour around the edges, a bit of blue, just a touch. I think I will just do it lightly. I've got faded jeans distressing here, so I thought I might just do a little bit of that around the edges. Let's do it onto a flat surface, that would be easier than trying to do it while I'm holding it. Not to move the petals around a bit so they're not too lined up. There we are, that's better. Too much blue on, There's a lot of blue on here already, but I just thought a hint of the blue on the edges of the flowers would be nice. Right, let's have a look. How does that look? That looks better. Yep, liking that. Right, let's see how we want this to go on. Maybe a bit more like that, a bit more angled. Yeah, okay. Do a little light inking around the edge of here. Oops. And some glue. So if we put that about there, oops, that's upside down. Put that about there, can't we? Yeah, I think that would be nice there. Okay. Right. Let's glue the cluster into place. Like so. I think that looks good there. And I've just got to get my little bird glued on. I think I'll just glue him on top there like that. I'd have liked him to have been just a little bit bigger, but the only ones that were facing the right way, because that was the thing, I didn't want it, a lot of my birds seemed to be facing that way, and I wanted them facing that way. So there wasn't a lot of choice. So this is the little fella that I chose. I think he's a jay. Do I want to put the tail under or over? Maybe I'll just move him up a touch. There we are. Okay, so that's my cover. Now let's do a little bit of something in the inside. So in here, I'll need to make something to go in here, but I thought I could put something in here. And we'll have a little scrappy pad, little scrap pad, I think. I have a little bunch of papers ready to hand. So I thought I'd try, that's about the right size. So I'll make that the back one. Where's my ruler? So It's probably enough. I don't want to make it too bulky, otherwise the flap won't close. I'm just wondering what's the best way to secure it. I think I might sew across there. I feel like it needs one more piece. Maybe I'll have this little piece of coffee dye paper I happen to have lurking around. And I'm going to put it underneath here. I might be able to decorate this a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to sew across the top of here and then I'll be back. Right, so I've sewn my little pad together. Not the straightest sewing in the world or the best, but it's held it together. And I think I'll disguise it a little bit anyway with some washi tape. So that's going to go right in there. And I think I might put the washi tape on first, just to be on the safe side. So I think I'm going to use a piece of this. It's a bit of Tim Holtz, just as a little edge. Doesn't feel particularly sticky, so I think I might put an extra bit of glue on it, just to hold it in place. It's only really for decorative purposes, but it's still, we still don't want it coming up. So I can pull it through like that. Ugh. You just get glue all over yourself doing it like that. But I did toy with the idea of having the same washi as was on the flap, but I thought that might have been a bit of overkill. So I just need to wipe my fingers a bit because they're covered in glue stick now. And actually I don't really want it quite as low as that because I want to be able to flip these up, so I'm just going to move it up a bit. Fold it around the top, I think. And trim it. And go around the top like that. Yeah, that looks better, neater. So hopefully that'll hold. And then I'll just glue it into place. And then it'll flip up nicely. And I'm just wondering, is this something that we want to be removable? So you could put something else in there. I don't think I'll bother, but you could easily put a little piece of card across here and just tuck it in, and I've done that before on other things, but I think in this instance I think I'm just going to glue it in. Not make life difficult. Always stick a few more pages on if anybody were to ever use this. Who knows? Ooh. It's taking a bit for the glue to grab because it's washi tape. It's not. I think it's washi tape on washi tape. I don't know if that's actually going to work. I might have to resort to a bit of Fabri-Tac, I think, for this. They're just sliding off each other, aren't they? Yep. Okay. Let's bring in the big guns. Let's just wipe that off. Let's hope that does the job. Right, I might have to come up with another plan and go to the belly band idea after all, but we'll see. Let's just put something heavy on there to hold it in place. And I did want to put a little decorative element on the front there. So I pulled out some of my tiny birds, because we've got the bird on the front. I've got a few little teeny weeny ones, well, fairly teeny weeny. So we have this one, which is really cute. I like that one. It's got such a long tail. It's a bit hard to work out where it should go, because it kind of plonk. You have to sit it in the middle. Or I have a woodpecker. One was cut out of a book, so that works quite nicely along the side there, if you can see. So I just put my scissors there. You can see that, that's quite nice as well. Or I have my little favourite, little Jenny Wren. I love her. I could always put this one down here, maybe. Maybe that would work. And I was wondering about a little label under her. It's a no-brainer. It's Jenny Wren every time. Have I got any? Well, let's see if I've got any labels that I can use in this little book. I wondered about my painted labels. Maybe they're a bit big. These are the ones I did as part of Roxy's weekly challenge last week. Not sure about that one. Green doesn't quite work on there. I need to do some more of those, because I think I need some more small ones. About some that I did a while ago as part of another, well, last year I think we did stamped labels. How about that one? It's got the very pale. Yeah, that looks better. I like that. So I might just put that on there. This glue is nearly finished. Oh, not sure I'm getting anything out of it. Oop. Okay, I'll go there. Oop. Yep. I think I might use the art glitter glue to make sure I've got enough glue for. I have to go and find a new get a new glue stick out. I haven't got to find one. I know where they are. They're just not to hand. And I'll pop that on. Pop her on there. Which is so adorable. Haven't seen any of those lately. And then maybe this one would be nice down here. Yeah, I think I'd like that down here. But I don't think, does it need anything behind it? I don't think it does. Let's have a really tiny label I could put behind it. And a little teeny tiny blue. No, I don't think that works. No, it's just there for the sake of it. No, I think I'll just put it on as it is. There we are. Don't know what this one is, but it could be anything. Some birds I know, they're in there. The birds we see in the garden. We had 2 beautiful goldfinches in our garden yesterday. They were both on the bird feeder together. They are really lovely birds. Okie dokie, so that's that. Pop that back in there. So that's our little scrappy pad. Now, is this going to close now? Because I'm thinking I may have to do something to close that. Oop. But I had one more thing I wanted to do, so I can come back. I'm thinking a policy closure on here, but I think I'm running out of time, as usual. So I might have to do that off camera. So I've just got a couple of... No, I don't think I want to use that. I might use a piece of this. And... I think what I'm going to do, I'll just quickly show you what I think I will do. Get a couple of these. And another one. I might just glue these together to make sure they're strong enough. Right, and I shall put that on there with a brad through it. I put an eyelet here, get some twine and wind it round. I might just move it down a little bit so it's not quite so close. Yes, that's what I shall do, but I don't think I'll have time to do that on camera. I'll just do it quickly off camera, but it's standard policy closure. So let's go. That goes in there. So round here, we've got that pocket and we've got this pocket. So I wanted something here. So I do have some scrap cardstock. Well, at least I did. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Well, that's strange. I had it with this, and I could use that. I just thought it was a bit dark. So there it is. Turned over and it's white on the back, and I couldn't see it. So I have this. I think this might go okay. I might just pop that there. Just mark it. And get my pencil. Got a white edge here, so I'm just going to ink that away. And then I think I'll leave the rough edge at the top there. I'm just going to, I'm going to do a whole bunch with the big one, just not too deep. I do like a slightly bigger thumb hole for my pockets. It's kind of central-ish. And then I need to, because this has got a rounded corner, I need to round that corner. So that can go there. Yep. Right, so we have a pocket there now. And I don't think this is going to be too big. Go on here. Could go on there. Just wondering about another label. So the kit comes in different sizes. So I used the middle size for the front, but they also come in teeny tiny size. It has a variety of colours and orientations, so that's quite nice. Let's use the scissors that I use for fussy cutting. That might be nice. Really like these little decorated labels. Really pretty. Let's see how that looks. And I think I like that there, but I need something there, so maybe I'll put another little bit of lace, the same as I used on the front, just on that edge. Is that going to work? So I didn't quite cut it wide enough to go to the edge, so I don't like that now. Good having that side and that side. I think it'd be okay. Might put a can I put a little word just to bridge the gap? What have I got in the way of? Have I got any nice little words? Well, I do have climb, and that's exactly what woodpeckers do. So how about that? Okay. Right, so I finished gluing those bits on, and as I had to change my battery because it died on me, as it often does, I took advantage of the little time I had to put an extra little flower on there that goes beautifully with the colours. Not flower, a bow. I got pulled out a little ribbon bow. This wasn't one of the new set that I bought because they were too big, but I had this in my box. And I thought that went really well, just to finish it off and tie the whole thing together. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that little pocket's turned out. And also, while I was off camera, I took the opportunity to get this done. So I put my eyelet in and my little policy closure thingy, and I've not left myself much to get hold of, but this should... I don't know which way I've done it now. Oh, that's that way. Goes around like that. It goes around like that. Okay. And then that pops up, and pops down, and there's your little pad inside. I could put something over the back of the staple. What could I put over there? Yeah, I might put a label or something over that, but I won't do it right now. So yeah, so that's that little cutie thing there. Okay, and then we close that up and we've done the cover. So it seems to, we don't seem to have achieved an awful lot in this video, but I've had so much fun. I love making this kind of thing, and we've made this one as well. This has clearly got some more work to be done on it. And it's slightly different. They've all been slightly different, and this is my original prototype. All made from one piece of paper, and 12 by 12, and all different styles, and they've all got slightly different variations of pockets. So I really like those. I don't even know if this is the front or the back. I think this is the front. Yeah, that's the front. That's the back. So I keep forgetting which way round they all go. I don't think it matters too much. I think that's the front. Yeah, I think that's the front. And that one, and that one. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I think I might want to do some corner rounding on this one. Yeah, I love making these, and they're all slightly different, so I'm really pleased with them. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.